There's back on Long Island, former President Trump, as we mentioned earlier. He's here in New York today for a rally at the Nassau Coliseum. Remember that, where the Islanders used to play years ago? Tight security expected, especially after the apparent assassination attempt, the second one on Trump this past Sunday. Now, in that case, the arrest of the suspect, the guy, there he is with his shirt up over his head, Ryan Routh, who tried to organize a fighting force to help Ukraine in its war against Russia, now apparently has some concern it could impact support for the Ukrainian war effort. Paul, as I mentioned at the top of our original discussion as a group, now your new group is called American Veterans for Ukraine, right? So this issue of, there's an article here I could bring up, I think it's, what is it, Politico, where they mentioned this. Vets helping Ukraine worry the assassination attempt suspect will hurt their cause, this guy Routh. Will it?
I hope not. I mean, this guy is a lone wolf. He's a criminal. He's a wacko, and he happens to have an affinity and a connection to Ukraine. I mean, painting him with all the other American veterans who've served in Ukraine, the humanitarians who are there now, is really like painting, a single veteran who commits a crime against all veterans in America. I mean, this is not a monolith, and wars tend to attract all kinds: criminals, profiteers, whack jobs who go there for a lot of different reasons. And I think that connection to Ukraine is just one part of his profile. The bigger issue is, how does a security failure happen? How does a second security failure happen? And who else is out there? Because there's no shortage of people who hate Donald Trump.
Right.
There's a lot of reasons why they hate them, and how is the Secret Service going to protect him and Kamala Harris in what's likely to be very dangerous days ahead?
Yeah, she was asked about it yesterday, says she feels safe, you know. What did you make of the way this second one was handled? They said no clear line of sight. They never had that, they claimed, the Secret Service, but and they say they didn't sweep the course early because, you know, it was a last-minute decision by Trump and off the record.
Again, as an infantry officer, it looks like breakdowns, right? I mean, breakdowns in protocol, breakdown in process. They didn't secure the area adequately. Now we hear Secret Services had concern about his golf outings. It looks like there's holes, and the more holes are exposed, the more people are going to take shots. And I think a bipartisan review of the Secret Service and all security protocols for all politicians is overdue.
One political story before you go. It broke when Mick Mulvaney was on. I thought it was really interesting. Mick commented on it. I want you to as well. Teamsters, we thought maybe an endorsement would be coming. We were led to believe maybe yesterday, maybe today from the big union. No endorsement. Not only no Harris, no Trump. Head of the Teamsters spoke at the RNC, but they don't endorse either candidate. What do you think? Huge
loss for Harris, huge win for Trump, and this comes out of polling among their members that had Trump, I think, about 60%, Harris at 40%. And I think it really is an insight into what could happen in Pennsylvania, what could happen in Ohio, what could happen among working class, mostly men, that Harris has struggled with. And this could be a sign of what the breakdown will be in swing states, especially among the working class. The unions are not a gimme anymore for the Democrats, so this is a huge loss for them in what's usually a lock.
Well, we had a poll yesterday that we talked about in Pennsylvania. The gender gap was advantage Harris because she was up far more among women than Trump was up among men. But again, you're right. The challenge for Harris, this has been the case, is male voters, period. We sometimes talk about black voters, Hispanic voters.
Non-college educated men, independents, the folks that I talk to, working class people, that's where she really struggles. And the Democrat brand continues to struggle. And that's going to be the fight over those men in swing states, and a lot of them are union members. They may not follow their union leadership. I think there is a real disconnect.
Well, some of them are independent.
Right, and they follow their gut. And
we had this number on independents that we just flashed up about favorability. This was just adults. It wasn't registered voters or likely voters, so I don't know how great it is from Gallup, but unfavorable for Harris, it's 60. That's not great from independents.
It's not good, but also beneath that is that hers is softening. And she's showing some movement, which does show some upside for her, while you know, Trump seems to be calcified. People have their opinions formed on Trump. She's a bit more of a blank slate, and that's the opportunity for them in the next couple of months, is to try to show she can be a viable alternative to Trump, and we'll see if she can.
It makes sense. They ask people, do you want to know more about Trump? So, no, we're good.
They know who he is at this point.
We know it is what it is. But of Harris, like 20-some, you know, almost a third of the people said, we would like some more info. All right, thank you, Paul, as always.
Thank you,
Great stuff on a lot of topics from Paul Rieckhoff. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.